In a society, when the gap between the richest and poorest amongst us grows too wide, something begins to crack. It's not about money, it's about trust, it's about fairness, it's about the invisible glue that holds society together. And when the glue starts to fray and the consequences are inevitable, people stop believing in the rules. They stop believing that the effort matters, that honesty matters, and even if hard work really matters. And then what happens? Unrest follows, civil unrest, anger, and instability. History has shown us again and again, and we ignore that at our own peril. Take the French Revolution. The kingdom grew wealthy, but the wealth was concentrated in the hands of the tiny elite, nobility, and clergy, living lives of unimaginable luxury, while the vast majority of the people struggled to survive. Taxes fell disproportionately to the poor. Bread was scarce. The ordinary citizen realized they had no real voice in their government. Now let's take this idea of the social contract. The idea the government exists to protect and serve all people had completely broken down. When that trust eroded, when people realized the system was rigged against them, the results was an upheaval, revolution, bloodshed, and a complete restructuring of society. Now, I'm not saying that we're back in France in 1789, but the lessons are clear when people feel abandoned, when they feel that the deck is stacked against them, when the gap between those at the top and everyone else becomes insurmountable, society fractures. The warning signs are always there. Now, I love capitalism. I really do. Markets are astonishing at creating wealth, at fostering innovation, and improving overall everyone's lives. But there's a catch. Capitalism only works when people believe it's fair, when they feel like everyone is playing by the same rules. And right now, the gap between the richest and the rest of us is widening so far that fairness seems like a distant dream. This isn't about resenting success or hating wealth. It's about legitimacy, about a shared belief system that serves everybody, not just those at the top with power. When the belief erodes, society begins to fracture, communities fracture, trust erodes, and the very foundation of democracy starts to crack. Healthcare in the United States is the clearest example of inequality. It's something that people should have a basic protection, a safety net that we can all use. But that's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle, because inequality isn't just economics, it's societal, it's moral. It's the reason people feel left behind, ignored, and powerless. And that's where danger is. Not poverty alone, not wealth alone, but the distance between them. Ordinary people feel the system is rigged. When they feel the rules only work for the powerful, you get anger and division. You get the kind of instability that shakes even the strongest institutions. And make no mistake, this isn't a theory. It's a pattern repeated across centuries, across nations, across continents. From the streets of Paris in 1789 to industrial cities in the 19th century, to the economic crisis of our modern era. When inequality becomes unbearable, people rise up. We can't ignore it. We can't pretend markets alone will solve it. We need society with balance and private innovation and public responsibility. A society that protects the vulnerable without stifling enterprise. A society where people believe in the rules because the rules truly are for everyone. That's how trust survives. That's how social cohesion survives. That's how society should stay whole. Because wealth and progress means nothing if the society that produces it falls from within. And the real danger we're facing today is not just inequality in dollars, not just inequality in opportunity, but inequality in hope, in legitimacy, and the faith in American institutions. Social cohesion isn't optional, it's everything. And if you lose it, we lose more than just money or our power in the world stage. We lose each other. And that's why this conversation about fairness and trust, about the ties that hold us together, aren't just important, they're urgent.